Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. We're doing our first project here. I'm actually recording this after I made it. I, for some reason, decided to not record an intro beforehand, so we're doing it now, but that's okay. We are making a fire pit though, and it's a pretty basic fire pit. We could have certainly done a lot of fancy things to it, but it's literally just going to be a bowl. I've welded some handles on it and some legs, just some pretty basic legs made out of tubing. So it looks really nice though. It has kind of a little bit of a modern look to it. Just a few points here that I've kind of thought of after the fact that I don't think I talked about throughout recording. One of those being when I made the handles, I considered doing a little bit of bending with it, and I thought about, but I didn't really consider actually bolting them on rather than welding them on. But I thought about doing some bending, but I was like, I can't really, I mean, I could, I just don't really have a lot of the tools really necessary to bend at a weird angle. Welding 1/8" metal is not my strong suit. I gave myself a little bit of practice. It did not carry over so well into the actual fire pit itself. It's welded, don't get me wrong, this sucker is welded together the way it needs to be, but they just don't look as nice as I would like. I take a lot of pride in making my welds look as close to perfect as I can possibly do, and they just didn't quite come out like I was hoping to. They almost kind of look like a stick weld, give or take some. But I TIG weld it. You'll see that I TIG weld everything, unless for some odd reason I just can't. I just like to TIG weld, and I feel like that's what I'm best at as well. There's a couple times, you know, if you're watching it and you see me stop for apparently no reason, there's a couple reasons for that. I got uncomfortable. Another thing, welding in my garage, just having the sun there, I could see what I needed to see, but it was definitely not ideal, and I think that has a lot to do with how the welds actually did come out. The real struggle spot in this entire thing was the corners, because you don't want to start and stop on the corners. You want to weld around them. Now, I did have to start and stop on them on the sides, and you'll see that hopefully. Didn't really have a whole lot of a choice there. I had to. There's 3 places, so it's not like I could just go over and keep going somewhere else. Like I almost had to. I really didn't see a way to do it. Maybe somebody will. Maybe, you know, that watches the video, you can give some suggestions there. But as far as the corners, they were a struggle just because of it being a corner. And so I'm going, and I have to stop. Let's move up here. Going, I have to stop, and then I have to go up, or, you know, the other way. And it was just hard to get to. So they're welded, but like I said, they just didn't turn out as nice looking as I was hoped. Now, it is a fire pit. It doesn't matter how it looks, but I don't care if you're gonna see it. I don't care if it's gonna get destroyed. I want it to look nice. It's something I take pride in, making things nice, making things straight, which is another thing. This thing came out so straight. I don't have a massive table to work on and fit up, so I had to put each piece on individually. I couldn't just put the whole thing together and tack it up like that. I had to do each piece at a time. So when you consider that and how nicely it came out, it's kind of amazing, actually. I mean, I think I'm going to stop rambling on now, and we're just going to get straight into it, straight into the vlog portion of it. But I just wanted to talk about some of the problems, and maybe even if I talked about any successes. I don't even remember what I've talked about at this point before we got into it. So enjoy the rest of it, and I'll see you in the next one. Alrighty, so I figured I'd give a little update here. We are fitting up. I gotta grind these things down here, as you can tell. These are a little bit too long. If I line it up and then line it up real quick. If I get it lined up on one side, you can see it's just a bit too long. And yeah, I need to grind it down. I did it kind of like that on purpose, but maybe a little more than I needed, just to make sure it wasn't too small. So that's what I'm working on over here right now. Fixing that, and we'll just kind of go from there. It's just a quick update. So you'll just kind of see me doing that and maybe a quick shot of that and fitting up. So yeah, that's pretty much it from there. Alrighty, so we're done with day 2. Got it fit up in whatever way we possibly could. It's not perfect. There's no way I was gonna make it perfect, and you can tell it will be okay. We'll get it done, but it's all tacked up, fit up. I gotta get more gas, more argon, so I can't really do anything. It's not gone yet. Obviously, I was able to tag it up, but it'll wait. It'll be gone soon. And it's hot, so I'm dripping. You're gonna miss some of the fit up. My GoPro was overheating, and it would shut off automatically. So, I mean, that's bad. But yeah, we'll be back. Hopefully tomorrow. We'll see if we can get some more argon, and yeah, we'll be back. I almost forgot. I figured I'd show you what I did here to fit it up. We got a nice little square here. Give us a nice 45-degree angle, which worked pretty well for the most part. We pretty much got it. I had to grab these magnets. They're pretty pointless for this situation, but I had to put them pretty much over here on the end to kind of help level the whole thing out, and it kind of held it together a little better. Got these in here. So I got like a little plate here, and I had to add these to kind of have this sit on here, this angled piece here, and that way it could be kind of up a little bit, and we get that, we'll call it a butt joint, because it is at an angle, so it is a butt joint, but it's a little weird. So I had one of those on each side, and I had my thing clamped down and everything, and it worked out pretty well. Obviously, like we said earlier, not perfect, as you can tell. Well, you can see straight through there, which is not what we want, but luckily I can handle that without too many problems. I might have to, because it is a little bit of an uphill, I may have to make it flat somehow, because if it's going uphill and we got that gap, it could cause problems unless we just turn it down. So yeah, I wanted to get that in while I was cleaning up. I noticed I didn't talk about that. Alright, you can probably hear my welder back there cooling off. But we started some welding here. I thought it was going to be out of argon pretty soon, but I was like, oh, we'll empty out what's left, and it kept going and going and going. I was like, well, I'm not wasting all my argon, so, you know, as you can tell here, it is well and truly should be empty, but we have we're just going to get going, and I'm going to keep an eye on it, obviously, because I do not want to run out mid-weld. But we have started our weld. They're not great. I learned to weld on some thick metal, so, you know, that's that. But 1/8 inch, it's really not hard to do. You just move at whatever speed you need to move. Keep that puddle nice and wide, where you need it to be anyway. I don't know if you can tell, it was kind of difficult to do here with the sharp edge. You don't really want to start on the corner, so I started over here and went around, and I actually stopped right there because it was just an incredibly awkward position to work around this. Like, it's straight, and then I'm trying to, like, yeah, it was just weird. So that's kind of how that went. But as you can see, we're moving along, we're getting it done. And then I'm going to do the inside as well, just to seal it up. I don't want it to be opened up anywhere, and we just want to keep it sealed. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing here. So I'm going to have this thing set up, and we'll just, you know, see it all in fast motion. Alrighty, so we finished the top. I've been working on the angles here. I got 2 of them. This one, I know if you remember when we were talking about it, it was kind of open. It had like a bit of a gap to it. Well, look how nicely that came out. I mean, obviously, in terms of how, you know, perfect it looks, it doesn't look perfect, but it came out pretty nicely. We got a little bit of a ball there on the end, which is okay. But if you look underneath, you can tell it's coming through just a little bit, which is not a bad thing. That we can work with that. I mean, frankly, that means we're getting fusion anyways. You kind of want it to be like that. You just don't want to do too much, but yeah, we'll run one. This next one, we'll let the thing cool off until I'm sweaty and tired. It is hot. I got a little fan going over there. A little fan going on over there, and I'm down in the Gatorade here. And yeah, we'll get going here shortly. Alrighty, so we got the inside welded now. I gotta make some handles and then we'll be done. We just gotta paint it, but I'm not gonna be able to record the handles because both batteries for my GoPro are about dead, so I don't really have any more space left to do it. Maybe I'll do a little bit, but we'll see. We'll make some handles here for this. I'm gonna use some of this tubing I got here. It's pretty good size for the hand. I'm gonna cut off however big that is, and some of this, I'm probably going to use some of this piece of crap sheet right here, 1/8 inch, and I'm just going to cut off some pieces of that. And well, y'all, the fire pit is complete. The handles on there, they're nice and solid, a little warm still. But handles are on there, they're nice and even, and I'll paint it and then we'll do kind of a little showcase. Alrighty, y'all, we got it painted. I'm kind of an idiot. I don't know why it didn't occur to me to bring the GoPro out while I was painting it. I painted it and I was like, I didn't film any of it. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's just paint. It's not that big of a deal. Doesn't matter how I paint. I'm not a painter. It's just spray paint. You just you just spray it on there. There's nothing to it. But there it is. Got the handles on and everything. I sent him a picture of it when I finished welding yesterday, and he wanted me to put some legs on, so he put some 6-inch tubing underneath there. It's nothing special. It's just all about the functionality. But all in all, even this thing is pretty basic. It looks really nice for what it is. Let's get a little closer here. It has like a modern look to it. It looks really nice. And there it is again, nice little shot. Thanks for joining me though through the process. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be, but thanks for sticking with it, and we'll see you in the next one.